Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast. So in the last solo episode I recorded, I talked about the importance of resources in our life. And I hope you found that useful. And what I want to talk about today is, again, just another quick and actionable tip that you can use. And today we're going to look at how we can start to be more connected with our bodies and more present. Because the vast majority of people, whether they realize it or not, are quite disconnected. They spend a lot of time in their heads. They haven't really got access to what's going on in their bodies. That innate wisdom, because they've had to switch it off. Okay. This was me for a very long time. It's just most people. Okay. If you find yourself constantly in your head, and I say to you, well, you can ask yourself the question now. If I keep checking with my body, what do I notice? If the answer is like nothing, then there's probably an indication that there's a little bit of disconnection there. And it can be scary for us to be in our bodies, because when we're in our bodies, we feel the full range of our emotions. We have to be present with the things that feel uncomfortable, whether that is anger, grief, sadness, or joy, exhilaration, because a lot of the time they're uncomfortable as well. And so I just want to give you a couple of very, very gentle, safe, easy to do practices that you can use to start to come into your body, to notice that you are more than just a head and a neck. Okay. So the first one is just something that you can do in the shower. And that is and this isn't about having a cold shower. We're not changing the temperature of the water. It's just in your normal temperatured shower. Bring your attention to the water on your body. Can you feel the sensation of the water against your head, against your neck, down your back, and down your legs? And we're not trying to do any more than that. We're just bringing attention. Can we notice? Can we feel that water on our body? And just do that each morning for a week, for a couple of weeks. And just notice how you maybe become more aware of what is going on in your body throughout that time. And then I'm just going to share one more if you want to sort of take it up a level. You might also want to incorporate looking at parts of your body and really connecting with them. So I'm going to do this on the screen for people that can see it, but also I'm going to talk you through it so you don't need to be able to see me. So you would, for example, looking at your right hand, do it so you can see me. Looking at your right hand with your other hand, which is your left hand usually, tapping on your right hand until you can feel that you're tapping on your right hand. And that might seem really silly, but when I first started doing this, I couldn't really feel like that's how disconnected I was from my body. I couldn't really feel myself tapping on my hand. So just tapping on the hand, looking at the hand, saying, this is my hand. It's part of my body, right? Inside of the hand, this is my hand. It is part of my body. This is my wrist. It's part of my body. Again, just tapping on the wrist, looking at the wrist. This is my wrist. It is part of my body. And moving up to the forearm. This is my forearm. It is part of my body. Okay. So you get the gist. And I would just go from your hand up to your shoulder and then do it on the other side. If that feels a little bit too intense and a little bit activating, and it might, and it did when I first did it, okay, just go back to the shower. Just go back to when you are in the shower, noticing that water on you. And then when it feels available, just try the tapping on the hands. So this isn't emotional freedom technique. This is not like fancy tapping. It's just literally, we're just noticing how much do we have to tap? What pressure do we have to tap before we feel the connection between where we are tapping and what we are tapping on, right? but also bringing in that awareness of, this is my hand, it is part of my body. Okay, so they are a couple of things that you can add to your toolbox, add to your armory to bring in this greater connection with your body. So give those a try. Let me know how they get on. But if you add, so if we add these little bits each week, so if you've got your resources and you know how you're taking care of yourself, like what are your go-tos when you feel like you need a little boost? What are the things that you can do that help you feel more organized? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the resources episode. And then adding into that, these small, teeny tiny daily connections with our bodies, you're just going to start to create a better relationship with yourself that just allows you to be more present for your life. Right. I hope that was helpful. Take very good care of yourself, and I will see or speak or both to you next time.